everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney. Today we are whipping out some more spring and Easter DIYs. Let's get crafting. We are about to make a really fun Dollar Tree spring garland. You want to start with some of these wood rounds. These are new this year to Dollar Tree. You're going to want 5 of these kind of, I guess, large slices that are oval shaped. And then you need 5 of the round wood slices. Once you pick out kind of the ones you want, try to get them about the same size as far as the oval sized wood slices if you can. And then you want to grab some black paint and give them a good coat of black paint. You definitely could take these outside and spray paint them if you choose. Now, you want to take your hot glue gun, and what we are making are some little teardrop shapes. These are going to be wings. So in case you haven't figured out, what we're making here is a bee garland, but we want our wings to be a little more realistic. I've done this hack before using hot glue as wings for a bee, and I just love how it looks. This is why working on silicone mat is great, because I can just literally do it on the mat and then peel it off. I will link this one down below, the mats that I like to use. So you want to make 10 total wings with your hot glue. It's time to start assembling the bees. So I am using some black hot glue because originally I thought I was going to just kind of glue the 2 pieces like together touching, but I realized it wouldn't be very stable. So I needed to overlap the head onto the little black body. So I had already heated up this black hot glue. You don't need to use black hot glue is what I'm trying to say here. Get the heads attached, and then once you get those done, you want to paint your yellow stripes. Pick whatever color yellow you want, and I just kind of freehanded it and added 2 stripes to each of my bee bodies. While the bees were drying, I grabbed some of these multicolored beads, which came from Dollar Tree, and I fished out 12, not of the smallest bead, kind of the medium yellow beads. And then I also had this white beaded garland from Dollar Tree with this little rainbow thing, and I took off 6 of the white beads, and then I strung it up on some twine, and I just did a pattern of yellow, white, yellow, a little grouping of 3, and then yellow, white, yellow, and continued to do that to get that ready for when I attached my bees. We're almost about to cross the finish line with this project, so I needed to get the wings attached, and to do that, I just took the wings, kind of placed them at an angle, and just hot glued them to the back of each bee, kind of right at the base of where the head is. Once those were nice and attached, I decided, hey, these need little antennas, so I had some black wire, and I just grabbed a piece, folded it in half, and then used a pencil to kind of make them curly-Q. I don't know, the antenna are a little crazy looking if you ask me, but I think that makes it kind of fun. So you might want to make yours more realistic, I don't know, or maybe you want to make crazy bees like I made. Once those get attached with a little bit of hot glue on the back of the heads, I was ready to get the bees attached, and it was really simple. I simply just flipped them over and then just hot glued on the head, kind of right underneath where the antenna had been attached, and just pushed the beads up against each one, continued to do that all the way down the line, and then this was ready to be hung up.
Everybody has their job, 9 to 5, and getting drained. They settle for second best, scared to risk what the future might.
With the heat that goes along with summer coming up, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Native. Native is a company that provides products such as deodorants, body wash, sunscreen, and so much more. One thing I love about Native is that the deodorant is aluminum-free, paraben-free, vegan, and cruelty-free. It is also made with familiar and simple ingredients such as shea butter and coconut oil. I currently have cucumber and mint, coconut and vanilla, and cotton and lily. The cotton and lily is from their sensitive collection, which contains no baking soda and provides up to 72 hours of odor protection. I love that it just glides on, goes on clear, it's not sticky, and feels dry while you're applying it. Native also just launched their candy shop collection, which includes some really fun scents like gummy bears and strawberry and vanilla taffy. You can use my link and code CREATIVE to get 20% off your first purchase at Native. This offer is available site-wide, but only for a limited time, so stock up and save. Now, let's get back to these DIYs. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I'll be using this wood blank sign and this pack of flowers that came from Hobby Lobby. Y'all, they were $1.99, 40% off, which comes in way cheaper than Dollar Tree, and you get several of each design. So I picked the flowers. Originally, I was going to do this whole paint thing, and then I decided it's going to start morphing into kind of a shabby chic little sign here. So once I picked out my flowers, I ended up doing a total of 6 flowers. I started by painting the stems, and I opted to do 3 of them kind of a lighter shade of green, and then 3 of them with a darker green. Then I went in and just accented on each one with the opposite color, if that makes sense. So on the ones that were painted with the light, I used the dark green to kind of just go in and do some swoopy swipes. And then I did the same for the dark green, went in with the light green and did some swoopy swipes. Let me take you through what's happening here and how my idea changed. So my original thought was to paint each flower a different color, like pink, purple, yellow, green, blue, that kind of whole vibe. Then I was like, I want to add ribbon to this. And so I was going to just use different colored ribbon and make ribbon petals and make a whole 3D thing. Then I remembered I had this really pretty floral ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby, again, 40% off. And I decided to go a whole shabby chic vibe. Now I did paint each of these with some cream colored paint just because this ribbon that I had, it wasn't quite like burlap ribbon, but there were little holes. And if you set it on top of the flower, you could see those black details kind of coming through. So that is why I painted them. Once I did that, I just used each flower and traced it onto the ribbon, cut that out, and then just used a glue stick to get those little pieces of floral ribbon attached to the flowers. To finish this off, I did add an assortment of brownish colored buttons that I had in my stash to the center of each flower, just attach those with some hot glue. Then I hot glued down all of the flowers. I had thought about putting a little bit of text at the top of the flower, something like bloom where you are planted or some type of springy something or other up there, but I just opted to leave it plain. And then to finish it off, I just added a button to each of the corners just to kind of tie it all together. And then this sign was ready to either be hung up or you could put it on the counter or wherever you'd like, but a cute little shabby chic spring sign.
What the future might bring, I hold my breath, waiting for someone to knock at my door, telling me there is more waiting for me.
Now this DIY is a no-brainer, super simple, less than 5 minutes to do. 2 things that you need from Dollar Tree, one of these little houses and a calendar with a scene. Honestly, I wish I'd had 3 of the houses because I would have done 1 plant in each one. Simply trim out your design, and I just used a glue stick to stick it down. Now what I love about these type DIYs is they're great for tier trays, but I call these like fluffer gift DIYs, where I make them, I put them in my gift drawer, and then when I need just something a little extra, you know, if I'm giving a gift card to somebody, maybe it's a gift card to like, you know, I don't know, Home Depot or a cute little planting theme, you can throw in one of these DIYs with it just to give it a little something extra. And I absolutely love making these kind of DIYs. So just a quick little thing you can do, and it looks really great. These next 2 DIYs I pulled out of my DIY vault because they didn't make it into my spring comp, but I actually just set them out as decor pieces. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to share them. I started with this wooden plaque from Dollar Tree, some Truffle Waverly chalk paint, and voila, just like that, I painted it with that paint. Then taking one of the bunny butt silicone molds from Dollar Tree, I filled it in with some hot glue, set that aside, and let those dry to set up. From there, taking some of the little wooden carrots from Dollar Tree, I painted them, guess what, orange and green, go figure, and set those aside to dry. Then it was time to get my bunnies and paint them. So I started by painting them white, and then I went in with some gray for the bunny and then some pink for the little details on the paws or feet of the bunny. Now, you know me and my little 3D elements, so I had to take those carrots and add a little something extra to them. To do that, I just took some greenery, pulled little leaves off, and hot glued those down to the carrots. It was then time to get ready to assemble my scene. To get this sign all wrapped up, I placed the bunnies down so that I knew where I wanted my carrots to go, grabbed the carrots, and I trimmed off the tips with my miter shears to make it look like the carrots were growing out of the ground. Everything in today's video will be linked down below. You can check the description box if you have any questions. Once the carrots were ready to go, I hot glued those down, and then I also took some Dollar Tree moss, hot glued that down. And then I wanted to make sure that the bunnies were secure, so I just used hot glue on that as well and added some of these half wood round beads to the bottom to kind of lift it. Then for the sign, I'm using some of this black sticker paper from Dollar Tree and a wooden plank from Dollar Tree. I just measured out the size of the wood plank, put the sticker on there, and grabbed a Sharpie paint pen and just wrote "carrots for sale," turned it into a nice little sign and attached it to this little scene, and then it was ready to be displayed. Now this project, if you missed it last year, I definitely want to bring it out again because what this is going to turn into is a really cute bunny coaster. I made a set of 4 of these last year and I just pulled them out to use. So you want to start with some of this Dollar Tree white rope. You could use the nautical rope as well if you wanted to make some little brown bunnies. And you're just going to start by taking a bunch of hot glue, securing as you go, wrapping it around, and continuing to wrap it around until you get the size you want. You kind of have to look at your cups and figure out, okay, what size cups am I going to be placing on this? That's kind of what I did. Once you get the actual head done, then it's time for the ears. So you're just going to make these kind of like, I don't know, loopy doopies. That's a technical term. We're just going to call them loopy doopies. And then secure it in the middle really well with glue, and then make another little loopy doopy, trim it, and then just kind of I kind of unfrayed the end of it and just secured it to the head of this bunny. Now, working on the silicone mat was really helpful in a project like this because the glue just peels right off and it doesn't stick. So definitely highly recommend making sure whatever surface you're working on here will allow you to continue to use the glue and not have your project stick all the time. Once that was done, I did take this outside and I sprayed it with Scotch Guard. Now for the head, I did use some cream felt just to put on the back of it. And then for the ears, I used some pink. Now, when I pull these out this year, I went ahead and sprayed it again with some of that Scotch Guard. That's just going to protect it, keep mildew from getting on it, all the things. I will link down below if I can find it, the one that I like to use, but there you go. A cute set of bunny coasters. And that wraps up this round of spring DIYs. Let me know down below which one of these projects was your favorite. Also, I would love to know what kind of projects would you like me to start working on now? Do you want me to continue with a few more spring? Do you want me to work into just general home decor, hauls, organization? I would love your feedback to kind of shape. I have a plan for the next couple months, but I definitely want to try to work in some of the things that you guys would like to see. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Here are some more videos that you might enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! If I love all the ways the